Neal, I've had this question many times, and us discussing offline, it looks like you've had the question as well. Question is, will AI, ML, that kind of stuff take away our jobs?
This is going to be the shortest video you ever do, David. Are you ready for this?
Yes.
Pause for effect.
Things you know it to be true.
No. There you go. We're done. Cut.
No, but why? But why? Explain. No, I'm just kidding. So explain why you say that.
Look, I hear these questions. These questions do come up in my chat a lot, both in Discord and on the stream. And it's been recent. Like I've never actually had this question happen probably until like the start of 2021, and maybe it's because of all of the AI stuff in the news. But I think that there's kind of two mentalities that I take away from this conversation on AI, right? Should we embrace AI 100%? Right? I think when we think about penetration testing, when we think about incident response, when we think about threat hunting, there are jobs we don't want to do in those fields, right? And I'll use we talk about ethical hacking a lot. Let's flip over and let's talk blue team. Let's talk incident response. Nobody likes to be the phishing guy on an incident response team. Like the phishing guy in a Fortune 100 company is doing nothing but looking through garbage emails on a day-to-day basis, responding to phishing emails. That is a garbage job on an incident response team.
Yeah.
Ask yourself, wouldn't it be nice if AI could actually handle most of that work for you? Like, do you actually really enjoy being the phishing person on an incident response team? And so I think that there are people who aren't looking at AI. They're looking at AI the same way that manufacturing folks were looking at robotics back in the early days of like Ford and Chrysler and some of the big automotive industries, where it's like, oh my gosh, robots are going to take over my job because they can do it on the production line faster, better, cheaper than I can. But I would look at that and say, look, if you're scared of that, then you're scared of not evolving the same way that our use of AI is evolving. And so I use the phishing box example, right? Is if you're sitting in an incident response team, you're like level 1 incident response, you're SOC analyst 1, and you've been put in front of the phishing mailbox where all you do is you do phishing work day in and day out at that level 1 role. And you're like, I'm so worried that AI is going to come in and take my job away from me. What I hear you say is that you're afraid to level up.
Yeah. I think that's putting it well. Sorry, go on.
No, go ahead.
No. I was saying I agree with you. You've got to learn more. But sorry, carry on.
Yeah, and that's what I would encourage people to say is like, right, whether we talk about looking at AI and saying, okay, that means that I have to level up. What do I level up into? Well, if you're a SOC analyst 1, I think, if you're worried about AI taking your level 1 job, I think the sky's the limit, right? Because you've got level 2, level 3, you got threat hunting, you've got, SOC manager, IR manager, right? Director level, right? The sky's the limit in terms of leveling up. Like if you have to ask yourself, what am I going to level up into? Then I don't think you're realizing just how far up that ceiling is going from a SOC analyst 1. But that's not the only thing that I say as well. And that leads me kind of to the second thing is, you still need somebody who can work on those AI machines, just like we still need people who can work on those robotics machines. And so I think that that's a perfect opportunity if you're like, well, AI is going to take my phishing job, then learn how to write AI, right? Learn how to be that programmer, or learn how to do those implementation, for AI things, because you still, if AI is going to take your job and you're worried about AI taking your job, then just go build AI, just go do implementations on AI, go, be a master of AI and get in on AI at the ground floor so that, you get to stay ahead of actually pushing out those systems that you're so worried about taking your job and using them to, effectively get yourself a job. And so that's why I'm not worried. And we can already see, listen, here's the thing, I don't think people realize that we already start to see a lot of AI in the things that we do. And I'm not an AI evangelical by any stretch of the imagination. I'm not somebody who, thinks that AI is all around us and we're on the cusp of some Skynet, disaster that's about to happen to us, right?
Let's hope not.
But I mean, like, if you got an iPhone, Siri is AI. So how long has Siri been around? We've had AI for a while. right? And we've seen that Siri still fails to tell me things about, what I want to know about the world, because it has to go to Google and search it on Google, right? What do you think Google's, search algorithm is based off? I'm sure they use some form of machine learning or artificial intelligence, when you search things on Google. So, you know, you know, and that's outside of some of the marketing FUD that we see from some of these security vendors that are out there who say that, oh yeah, we've got AI built into all of our technology. I think that's every vendor thing that I've heard in the last 6 months has talked about how they're using AI to do something cool, right?
Yeah.
And so I think that I think there's a lot of talk of AI, but we've had AI in cybersecurity for a while, and I think that there's always going to come back to that human element in terms of being a professional, being successful in this industry. When we talk about AI hacking, right? And I know that that's one that's come up in my conversations, right? Is well, do you think we'll ever see fully automated AI hacking? And it's like, well, gosh, if I think back to some of the pen tests I've done. I've done some large scope pen tests, like companies with like 100,000, 200,000 endpoints scope of pen tests. And I don't know if anybody's ever tried to nmap 200,000 nodes on a network before. That's
Just like this.
Oh yeah, no. I just fire off that nmap scan. I go get a cup of coffee, and I come back, and
That's
it's
right.
done. I mean, David, I don't know if you've ever looked at nmap results for 200,000 nodes on a network
No,
before.
fortunately not.
I mean, looking for an exploit on 200,000 nodes at a pen test is just hard. So would I, as a penetration tester, embrace AI? You damn right I would. Hold on, you mean I can fire up my AI engine? It can do all the scans for me, and it can say, Neal, based on your skill set, based on the exploits that you have in your toolkit, based on the way that I know that you like to operate, here are the top 5 targets that I think you should go at. And by the way, we've already prepped your Metasploit. We've already prepped we've already prepped Responder for you. We've already prepped your phishing toolkit, right? We've got all this stuff prepped for you. All you got to do is hit this go button, and all of that will get deployed, and I get a chance to look at it, and I can do all of that pre-work. All of that pre-work can be done for me by AI. I would embrace that in a heartbeat, because then that's faster that I get to go do the cool stuff about ethical hacking, which is, let's get those phishing credentials. Let's go deep diving into those mailboxes looking for yummy stuff. Let's go pop some shells, and let's start doing some lateral movement, right? Let's change that conversation so that if I can get all of this other stuff taken care of, and I can get to the manual effort stuff that's actually a lot of fun, that AI, I don't feel like will be in a place to take over for a really long time, I'd embrace that 10 of 10.
I think you've hit it on the head there, because it's, this conversation about automation has been going on for many, many years. What tends to happen is jobs change.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I like the way you put it. If you're at the lower levels, it's the same in networking. If all you're doing is configuring devices manually, it's more than likely you're going to lose your job. You've got to upskill yourself. You've got to go to the next level. And the guys who embraced network automation, a few years ago, are doing really, really well, because there's a shortage of skills in that piece. And I think you've hit it on the head there. You've just got to keep on learning and, learn the next thing that can help you. And I agree, AI or any kind of machine intelligence can take away all the rubbish jobs, if you like, and make it easier for you to concentrate on the interesting things. I mean, AI is okay, but where you're going to deploy it, that's typically a human decision. You're not just going to let it run rampant, as an example.
I had a CEO on my show a couple weeks back, and we brought up AI and kind of the future of AI on the show, and he laughed and he said, "Oh, you mean a really fast binary decision tree?" Right? I remember that quote. And
that's really good.
And that's really good to think about, right? Because that's what AI is it's just a really fast binary decision tree. And when you look at it, that's not far off from what we've got in modern day automation. So I still think that we're so far away from Skynet, which I think is what everybody equates to when they think AI, that I think it's nothing more than just a really fast binary decision tree right now.
So let's be pragmatic as always. Mm-hmm. Would you recommend someone getting into the industry today, or do you think their jobs will disappear in 5 years because of AI?
I think there's plenty of work for everybody in the industry. Continue to get into this industry. You have nothing to worry about with AI. I'll eat my shoe on your stream, on your show, if in the next 5 years AI, starts to fire people from cybersecurity jobs. If anybody gets fired because of AI, and it was because you didn't level up, I'll eat a shoe on your stream.
Yeah, I mean, you've hit it. I mean, the caveat there is, you mustn't. It's the how do you say, the prerogative is on yourself. You've got to keep on learning, because the low level jobs are going to get taken most likely. Like in manufacturing, as you've mentioned, and in other industries, the hard work that a machine can do better than a human is going to be taken by that technology. But you've got to move into other things.
Yeah. If you're not leveling up, right, and you're worried about an AI taking your low level job, then you're not taking the self initiative to progress your own career and progress your own skill sets. But I think everybody should still get into this career field, regardless of the level that you come in at, whether it's the beginning, the middle, or the top. And you don't have to worry about AI.
But I actually do look forward to you eating your shoe, though.
I'll put some salt on it just for you.